for the class presentation, and I want to include some of the newer HTML5 form elements and type. I've got a basic page here set up with top type definition for HTML5, a head section, a title, a meta tag, and coding character. I do really have some internal style setup CSS for my page. I'm using a reset rule, set all margins and padding to 0. For the body of the page, I use a font family Verdana. I'm gonna be using quite few form text today. The background color, the margin, the border, and the padding. I will use this color for my background color, which is a lightly yellow. This is a pseudo class in the child selector. What this is gonna do is to color every other form. Basically, my forms are gonna have this color FFC in the background. But every add numbered form is gonna be colored to this color CFC. And I'm gonna be using a number of headline too as well. The body of my page is relatively blank, but if I go ahead and create a heading and go to my default browser, let's go and save this, go to my default browser and open it, you will see that I have the forms here. Let's see. Let's take this one out. So save it. Yes, I have to correct some mistakes, but if I go and save this headings and go to my browser and open it, you will see that I can open HTML5. Okay, I'm gonna jump over to my editor, which is Notepad, to create my first form. Let me add some space so I can work free. So I have already created an open form and a closing form tag. The opening form tag does contain any important information. There are some attributes that I'm gonna be using. Method equal post, method equal action. So the method equal post and the method equals get. That is basically how the form data is sent to a server. So I will use method equal post for my form. The action contains the path or URL to a server site. So when this form is submitted, the data of the form is gonna go to some web addresses, and that's going to contain a script. So this is basically attribute that I will use for the form tag. Within my form, I'm going to ahead and create a text. Text fields are very popular. text field is going to be what it sounds like. It will let the user type some text. Super common. Most forms have a text field. Within this, I'm gonna create a field set. Open and closing field tag is made to contain fields that are related in some way. Within my label, I will going to create a label. Oh, I'm sorry, within my field set, I'm going to create a label. So between my label tag, I will go and create a first name. Within my label, I'm going to create input text. Input type equals, and I will give it a name, call it fname, and I'm also will use a placeholder for my input text. So let's see what I have done here. I get a label called first name. These will gonna be the text that describe what a person is and what this particular form element is all about. So the label will see on screen. The input is the actual text box. People are going to enter their information into. So got the label and the input that goes with it. Now, when you have a label independent, you should put an ID and 4 attributes to let it work. If my label is separate from my input, I'm going to add an ID attribute. ID equals F. And for my label tag, I'm going to use a 4 attribute. The 4 attributes in the label correspond to the ID in the input field. So the 4 attribute goes along with the ID attribute. They link with each other. Let's see what this really does on a browser. If I go ahead and save it and go to my default browser, that will look like this. So this is a form, this is a text with text field, my first name. The placeholder is new in HTML5, and the placeholder provides and display these attributes. So I can go and type some information. So if I click on my text box, the placeholder text go away and I can enter my information. In addition to this particular text box, I'm going to create another type of text box. I will do a type password. I will go ahead and type input type equals password, name equals pwd, ID equals pwd, D placeholder enter password. So this one here is technically different than the other one. If I go and enter this information and go to my browser, click the save button and open in default viewer, this is the result. I use the 4 attributes in the label of my first name. So if I click on the box of the first label, that box is activated. And if I click on password, password is activated. Password is activated because the labels surround the input. So let's go to CSS to fix this border. In field set, I have create field set border 0px. And let's go and hit the save button. Go and reload. You see this border is disappeared. Well, this was my presentation. Thank you for watching. I am open for every comments, because by your comments I will improve my learning experience. Thank you for watching.